Mate, do you have a moment? You can say now. You can say now.
As you know, I am retired.
I do know that.
I'm not sure I have any value for you.
Mate, I'm sure.
Kroger's on his way down.
I'm sure you do have value to me if you can spare a moment.
What do you want to talk about?
I'm off to the States in 2 weeks, but what I want to talk about is secrecy. As you know, I believe, I'm a retired tax officer.
Yeah.
I spent 26 years as an ATO auditor. I, like tens of thousands of other current and former tax officers, know some things about people's tax affairs, about corporate tax affairs, that might be of interest to the general public. But I signed a secrecy agreement that prevents me, under penalty of criminal sanction, from revealing that information. Do you think that that's an appropriate lead on?
This is a tricky one. I think if you want people to be honest in their submissions, you've got to be able to guarantee privacy and secrecy. So I know that's a challenging way to deal with it, but the alternative, you've got to spend years trying to get people to tell the truth in their filings. Now, it's not to say people don't tell the truth even with the secrecy provision,
right?
But I suspect you would undermine the willingness of people to tell the truth.
I agree, totally.
And I think I probably fall on the side on this one of, even though I'm sure there's a lot of really interesting information that people could share, I suspect that the current system is probably the better approach than the alternative.
And I presume in the course of your official duties as a parliamentarian, you probably received confidential briefings
I received
on things.
Security briefings.
Yeah.
So I've seen stuff that will make your toes curl.
Indeed.
But I'm like you, sign a secrecy.
Okay.
Or don't sign, but it's an understanding.
Now let's say that somebody in receipt of confidential information has decided to hand that over to a member of the media or to somebody else, either for the benefit of the public at large or for financial gain or whatever it might be, and the police get wind of it. I think it's entirely appropriate that the police go to the media person or whatever and investigate.
As you will remember, I had my office raided on the spurious allegation that we'd received material that had a national security, like seriously, this is National Broadband Network Company, which I used to be the minister for.
That's right.
There are no national secrets other than Malcolm Turnbull stopped the network. And he's gone a long way to try and prove that.
Okay.
But joking aside, I mean, my staffer was told he was a person of interest.
Yes.
He had his house raided till 5 o'clock in the morning. They went through his private emails.
Yes.
And they were incredibly intrusive. So I've seen the misuse of these powers, as well as supporting the fact that the powers should exist in certain examples.
Okay.
So I think there are examples where if there is, if someone pays someone to break in somewhere, steal some information, like there's crimes involved.
Indeed.
So there are very clear-cut ways you can say, no, that definitely shouldn't happen. But equally, even if you were to say, I know what Malcolm Turnbull's tax affairs are, I still don't think that there is a public right to know.
I agree. I agree.
So I probably fall on a slightly different side to you, perhaps.
No. Based on what you've said, I think we agree largely that there are appropriate limits. However, in the course of a reasonable and legitimate police investigation, then the people who receive this information could expect a knock on the door.
Look, I mean, the examples of national security information. Now, if you were to say there is information that they've received that exposes people, as in...
Yeah, and causes a danger to the country.
Causes a danger to their lives, exposes an operation.
Right.
I think absolutely there is a legitimate role for the police to be involved in that situation. I mean, I don't support what Assange did at WikiLeaks. And he'll say he's a journalist.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, but I absolutely support. He just dumped a whole bunch of information, potentially causing life-threatening situations for people. Did not care.
Were you impressed or otherwise with Barack Obama pardoning or commuting?
Absolutely
not. No, okay.
Absolutely not. I thought that was I think he was generally made good decisions. I think that was one of his worst.
Okay. Mate, we live in interesting times, and I hope we all.
Proverbs.
I hope we all survive them, mate.
All right.
Nice talking to you, mate. See you. Thanks for your time. Bill Thompson for Pollie Watch at Southbank. Even ex-Pollies.